Good evening. Here is the world news from BGI TV, Baba Bagedemo TV. I am Sanu Olakomi Ajikade. First, here are the major headlines for the world news. INEC extended deadline for PVC collection. Nigeria may have been wiped off by now, but for Buhari, says Femi Adesina. CBN begs trader to accept new naira notes. Supreme Court dismisses Abacha family's bid to stop fresh probe. Police rescue 3 teenagers from prostitution in Lagos State. 30 kidnapped victims rescued in Nasarawa. Man sets self ablaze in Ondo State. Now on foreign. Spain to collaborate with Nigeria on insecurity. Another news on foreign. Woman stabs husband to death, cut off penis. And lastly on sports. Awoniyi, Dennis can help Nottingham Forest escape. Now hear the news in details. The Independent National Electoral Commission had extended the deadline for the collection of permanent voters' cards to Sunday, 29th January 2023. The electoral umpire earlier fixed Sunday, 22 January 2023 as the collection deadline. But following a meeting on Thursday, INEC said it has put the deadline by 8 days. The Commission is determined to ensure that registered voters have ample opportunity to collect their PVCs ahead of the forthcoming election. For this reason, the time frame for the collection of PVC is extended by 8 days. INEC National Commission Festus Okoye said in a statement. Instead of ending on Sunday, 22 January 2023, the collection of PVCs will continue until Sunday, 29th January 2023. At the moment, the period of collection is 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. both Saturdays and Sundays. Despite the massive insecurity that has dulled the administration, the special advisor to President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, said President Muhammadu Buhari remains Nigeria's sole messiah, but for him, Nigerian powers would have wiped off as a nation. Adesina, in his latest article titled From Northeast with Good Tidings, noted if Nigerians hadn't had a person like Buhari in 2015, Nigeria may have been wiped off the face of the map by now. The media answered the president led the charge against terrorists and put them aback, till then now almost totally extinguished. According to Adesina, the people of Northeast now have good stories to tell about much its principal and security agencies have been degraded and disintegrated by Boko Haram. He reasoned that though the situation at the point was bad and overwhelming, it could have been worse. "17 days to January 31st deadline set by the Central Bank of Nigeria for people to deposit old 1,000 naira notes, 500 naira, 200 naira notes to bank. Many people are still skeptical about accepting the new bank notes, following reported cases of traders rejecting the new naira notes. The CBN has therefore pleaded with market men and women across the country to accept the new notes. Speaking yesterday to traders at Wuse Market in Abuja, CBN Abuja branch controller Michael Obu urged the traders to see all of national currencies, old and new, as national symbols. Obu, who was represented by Karim Williams, assured the traders that the new naira denominations were genuine and could not be easily counterfeited. Obu, who was represented by Karim, especially charged the traders to stop rejecting the new notes, stressing that refusing to accept the Nigeria naira notes in a transaction is a crime that could land them in trouble with the law. The Supreme Court of Nigeria on Friday in Abuja dismissed the bid by members of the family of the late General Sani Abacha to stop moves by the federal government to reopen the criminal future proceeding against the ex-head of state. The French government moves to reopen the fraud probe is targeted at some family members over their alleged complicity in looting the nation's treasury during Abacha administration. In his judgment, Justice Emmanuel Hakim of the Supreme Court dismissed the suits brought before the Apex Court for word of merit and substance. The Supreme Court upheld the judgments of both the Federal High Court and the Court of Appeal, which had earlier endorsed the power of the federal government to reopen criminal for future proceeding against the family. The appeal mark XX/C41/2013 was filed by the elder surviving son of the late Abacha, Mohammed, and his brother Abba, for themselves and behalf of the family of General Abacha. Lagos State Police Command on Friday said it rescued three teenagers prostitution in the Itamaga area of Ikorodu. The rescued teenagers aged between 12 and 14 were rescued on Sunday, January 8, by the state operatives of Rapid Response Squad when the patrol team noticed the suspicious movement of the victims within the area. The police in the statement disclosed the girls' name as Xavier, 14 years, Bright, 13 years, and Deborah, 12 years. One of the teenagers told the police that they were fleeing the custody of their mistress, who brought them from Akwa Ibom to Lagos State under the guise of employment. They added that their mistress locked them in a hotel and starved them for several days as a means to force them into accepting prostitution after arriving in Lagos State. The police command in Nasarawa State has rescued 30 kidnapped victims in an operation in total local government area of the state. DSP Rahan Nassel, the police public relations officer in the state, disclosed this in a statement made available to newsmen on Friday. The PPRO said the victims were rescued after operators responded to information that some people had been held hostage in a forest in a local government area. On Thursday, January 12, we received information that kidnappers were sighted at Sardauna Forest, or Totu local government area, where they held some people hostage. In a reaction to the wholesome development, a joint operation was carried out by the operators of command in collaboration with Miyetti Allah Vigilante Group of Totu local government area. The kidnappers were traced to their enclave at Sardauna Forest. On sighting the operatives, the criminals dispersed in disarray deep into the forest. A 50-year-old man, Ojo Ogundeji, asserted himself a place thereby raising his father's house in Olontedo area, Ondo West local government area of Ondo State. Witnesses said the deceased locked himself inside a room and it's fire. It was gathered that he told his rescuers before he died that he committed the act because he was born among his living condition. He was said to have returned from Lagos State to celebrate Christmas and New Year holiday with his family. It was cries from his room that attracted people, but he died minutes after he was taken to the hospital. A witness, Mrs. Subaida Ogundeji, said in the morning, Ojo set fire under the staircase of the house and said nobody should put it off. But with the help of people on the street, it was put off. In the evening, everybody was outside playing, so Ojo went in and brought out his clothes and set them on fire. He later went inside and locked himself up in the room and set it on fire. It was his voice we heard when we shouted. People around us forced the door open and brought him out, but he later died in the hospital. Another witness said when we rescued Ojo, he was not yet dead. He told us that he set the house on fire because some people were making jest of him because of his problem. His remains was deposited at the morgue in the state hospital in Ondo State. Now on foreign. The government of Spain on Thursday promised to collaborate with its Nigerian counterpart to fight the rising state of insecurity across the West African country. The Spanish government also gave a posthumous award to the late Nigerian ambassador to Spain, Ademola Seriki, in the tremendous work towards strengthening Nigeria-Spain relationship. The Spanish Foreign Affairs Minister, European Union, and Cooperation of the Kingdom of Spain, Jose Manuel Albras, who led a delegation to the Nigerian Minister of Foreign Affairs, Godfrey Onyema, in Abuja, said his visits evolved around bilateral and economic cooperation, stressing the need of the improvement in the existing relationship between both countries. The Spanish minister commended the efforts so far by the Nigerian government in curbing security, expressing the readiness of the government to extend a helping hand to address the root causes of the insecurity in Nigeria. Another news on foreign. A woman identified as Florencia Amado Catino has allegedly cut off her husband's penis and stabbed him to death. Her late trumpet player husband, Pedro Federico Sarret, was found dead in the couple's flat in the Altos de San Lorenzo area of Argentina. The 41-year-old suspect has been arrested by police for the horrific alleged murder and sent for psychiatric assessment, according to the Mail Online. Aside from cutting off her husband's penis, she also left a knife buried in the dead man's eyeball. The deceased was found with the knife embedded in his eye and his genital mutilated. The suspect, a psychologist, was arrested on 11th January after fleeing to her mother's house in a taxi with bloodstains on her hands, her sister Patricia told local media. And lastly, on sports. Former Nigerian goalkeeper Dosu Joseph says he is optimistic Super Eagles draw of Taiwo Awoniyi and Emmanuel Dennis can help Nottingham Forest escape relegation in the Premier League if they sharpen their goal-scoring prowess. Recall that Awoniyi has scored 4 goals in 16 league matches, while Dennis has played 10 matches and managed just 1 goal. However, with Nottingham Forest sitting in the relegation's water, the Atlanta Olympic gold medalist in a chat with CompleteSport.com stated that the draw must sharpen their goal-scoring boots in a bid to help the team survive. To be frank, it is a big task that I believe the Nigerian fighting spirit, and I know Awoniyi and Dennis knows what it means to remain in the Premier League. For me, I think goal scoring has been Nottingham Forest's biggest headache, and I believe Super Eagles stars is experienced enough to help their team survive relegation. And that concludes the world news for this hour, but before we go, here's some of the major headlines once again. INEC extends deadline for BBC's collection. Nigeria may have been wiped off by now, but for Buhari, says Femi Adesina. CBN begs traders to accept new Naira notes. Supreme Court dismisses Abacha's family bid to stop fresh probe. Police rescue 3 teenagers from prostitution in Lagos State. And to join us on all our social media handles, on Facebook as Gbagede Imo with Alawi Adebayo, please follow the page and share the page. And on Instagram as Gbagede Imo_22. Please follow the page and share the page as well. And on YouTube as Baba Gbagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn your post notification bell. For your advert, please call the number displaying on the screen. Thanks so much for always watching our news on BGI TV. I am Sanus Olakomi Ajikade. Bye.
Oh, na, na, na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to BGI TV. BGI TV, you're one in a million.